Welcome back to Mind Trick Media. Today we are doing... What are we doing? We're doing a special episode of what the hell did this company rank this Star Wars project?
Yeah, we're playing a game of let's see how pissed off we can get.
Yeah, so he has written down...
I have written down... Okay, I'll explain. I've written down the tomato meter scores, the audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes, and the IMDb ratings for every single Star Wars project.
So basically we have who the fuck cares, maybe this is right, and this is probably right, and then we're going to have our opinion, which is the most right, obviously. So
these started out in a good order. It's 1 through 9 movies, and then it just went off the rails.
And how many things do we have here?
Jesus.
I don't, just a guess.
24.
Okay. Okay. All right, so I guess we'll start out with episode 1.
The Phantom Menace. The tomato meter has it at a 53%.
Okay. So...
Do you want me to go through all of them first?
This... no, let's do it this way to start. That doesn't surprise me as much as I disagree with it.
Right. It doesn't surprise me either. I mean, we go based off of the originals, and then you come back around. You have a movie where it's got a huge introduction to the big story of Star Wars. It is going to drag.
But, I mean, to be fair, that means they failed this movie.
Yeah.
So.
And the audience score has a 59%.
That also kind of doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't like this movie.
People don't like this movie.
And I'm scared for the next movie, but we haven't got there yet. I definitely wouldn't. I don't remember what we rated it, nor do I care what we rated it. It's just going off what I feel like right now.
I didn't say IMDb yet.
Yeah.
IMDb is a 6.5 out of 10.
IMDb has it ranked higher than the others?
Yes.
Okay. I agree more with that.
Well, right, yeah.
Personally, I would, like, thinking about it as a movie, it's probably a 7-something for me. Yeah. As much as I like it, I probably would put it higher just because I like Star Wars, but It's probably a 7-something movie. So 6.5 is actually, honestly, great for IMDb.
Yeah, they're a bit harsher, but they're also a little bit more realistic than Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
Oh, clearly. I
mean,
that we've already made the jokes. Like,
right.
They know too. Rotten Tomatoes is a joke, but
right.
Sponsor us. No.
It's just our opinions on the matter.
Do Rotten Tomatoes sponsor people?
I don't think so.
What if there's like an intro? They like
just a tomato
sponsored by Rotten Tomatoes, and they throw it, and it's like a tomato splatter across the screen.
I don't know, but yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think mid 7.
Yeah, I don't know where at in 7, but. Yeah. I
So,
think we actually gave it like an 8, and like on a Star Wars ranking, I would put it in the 8-something.
Yeah.
But like overall, out of all movies, it's probably a 7-something for me.
So like 7. No, well, so explain it this way: 7-something for Critic, and then like 8-something for just.
Well, I mean, the Critic said 6.5.
Right. No, I meant for us if we're reviewing it that way.
See, here's the thing: that could make more sense depending on what these other movies are.
Okay, you ready for Attack of the Clones?
Not really.
Tomato meter, 65.
Shout out to the Basement Boys. What?
It has it at 12% higher than the Phantom Menace.
So here's my thing immediately. I like the first movie more, and I think it's a better movie, and I thought everybody else thought that too. I would go on a limb saying I'm the weird fan who likes the second movie, like a lot more than what most people do. Like it's considered the worst of the original 6 easily.
Yeah,
and that's the tomato meter. That means the critics of okay,
audience 56. So the audience
is that higher than
it's the lower audience than the Phantom Menace.
What was the Phantom Menace?
59.
See, those are at least like on par. I think they're wrong, but I do think it's like a couple points higher. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
65 is insane.
IMDb 6.6.
Oh, so it has it higher too.
It has a higher.
See, that's wild.
It has it 0.1 higher than the Phantom Menace.
That's honestly shocking.
I think it's because the visuals are mostly better in the second movie. Except for like the fight.
It's definitely less fuzzy.
Yeah. Except for the fight at the end of the Phantom Menace, I think the visuals and stuff are better in Attack of the Clones, which is probably why we're that point one.
I mean, that's why people like the movie.
Right.
That's shocking, honestly.
Yeah. They have it both companies have it as a better movie than the Phantom Menace.
Dude, they hated Jake Lloyd. No, oh, dude, that's so shocking.
You ready to move on?
No, because I'm either going to be happy or very pissed off.
Wait, we didn't even give a review for ourselves. I mean, we said it was roughly just like, a couple points lower.
Yeah, mid to high 7s for the first one. This is low 7s.
Yeah.
I could even see a 6.9. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think a 7. Solid 7.
I think a lot of people would give it a 4. So
I know. I think solid 7. All right.
Dude, that blows my mind.
All right, the one we're here for. Mostly here for. Revenge of the Sith. Tomato meter. 80%. Audience. 66. IMDb 7.6 out of 10. I thought everybody loved this movie.
Well, no.
Audience.
I didn't think that. There's a
thought they
lot
did.
of original Star Wars fans who don't like any of them.
I'm still shocked
Okay.
it's that much lower, though.
Go again. 80%.
80, 66, 7.6.
66 is hilarious, but
Yeah.
no, like order 66.
yeah. All the fans just got together. It's like, let's get this number to 66.
And then, would you say 7.6?
7.6.
Is that the highest from IMDb?
So
Right?
far, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 5 points.
By 10, or by a whole point.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's on par. We're giving it low sour. I would say it's on a prestige level. Revenge of the Sith is like an 8-something.
Personal rating.
We have it in the 9s, but prestige, it's 8s. Personally, I think that.
High 8 at minimum.
I could see mid 8s.
I
The
just
problem
don't
with
agree
it-
with that.
But you got to think about the prestige.
Yeah, and I think it's a movie that came out 2005. It still holds up to nowadays.
Yeah,
how
yeah,
it
but
looks.
like
Storyline, you have the wars going on. You have everything going on the whole time. There's fights constantly. There's always something going on. All the political stuff is happening in the background.
but that's exactly why though. It's a jam-packed movie. That's why
it was supposed to be 4 fucking hours.
Well, I know, but I think an 8-something is a score that it should be.
I don't know. I still am like,
Of all movies of all time, it's in the 8s.
okay, well, yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. That's prestige.
I guess.
And then personal, yeah, it's in the 9s, obviously.
Yeah. Are you ready for some?
No, I'm not ready for these because they're either going to be so, exactly what they should be rated or so fucking high end.
A New Hope.
93.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
93. 93 tomato meter.
Keep going.
96 audience.
Bullshit.
8.6 IMDb.
That one makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
Personally, this is the worst of the 3 original for me.
yeah, that's also.
I think it's the most boring of the 3 easily.
that's also a hot take.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
There's a podcast, not going to name them. The one guy's favorite movie is the 4th movie. Mm-hmm. And then his next favorite movie is the 8th.
Yeah.
So, dude, a 90 plus for Rotten Tomatoes is just wrong.
I like the 8.6 for IMDb from a critic standpoint. As a fan audience score,
96 is absurd.
right.
How many things have a 96?
Not very many. The next one gets higher.
Well, it should be.
Well, it is.
But that's scary because what is it? 198, 9.4?
No. But back to A New Hope. 8.6 critic, maybe, yeah.
Prestige, it's an 8 flat. Maybe a 7.9. Personally, I think we have it in the 8s.
I think just 8. I think 8.2 for both. Prestige and for
Because it's kind of prestige in itself.
Yeah.
It's just 'cause it's so old.
I think just
too.
an A2 for both of them.
All of the like, I feel like a lot of the like, I can't say that, but a lot of the biases of it being like from generational, it's the first of it, so there isn't really that. Because I don't feel like anybody hates this movie. No one hates the original 3 movies. Maybe like the kids who grew up with 7, 8, 9, but like they hate everything. So
You ready for Empire Strikes Back?
What'd you say the first 93 and 96?
93 tomato meter, 96 audience.
Oh my god! All right, go ahead.
Empire Strikes Back. Tomato meter, 95.
Okay, I knew that was coming.
Audience, 97.
That also makes sense.
IMDb, 8.7.
Lower than I thought.
No. Oh, okay. It's still higher than A New Hope by 1.1.
See, did they watch the 2 movies? I really think that sometimes. Did you watch the one movie in 77 and watch the other one in 2008? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How do you watch those movies back to back and go, that is only 1 point higher?
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling 9s. Like 9 out of 10.
It's literally
90.
listed as a top 20 movie of all time.
I think it's 20 of all time.
It depends on the list.
Still to this day, I think it's still 20.
Yeah, that's absurd. That's it. Yeah.
I'm feeling like a 9.
Prestige score, 9 something, probably low 9s. And then I don't hate IMDb because they always, whatever their number is, you have to like drop it by 5 points, and that's what it is. Like 0.5 points. So like they kind of actually think it's like a 9-1, which I get.
All right, you ready for Return of the
No,
Jedi?
because I like this movie. I guess I found out doing this show that I love this movie a lot more than everybody else does.
Yeah.
Because this is about to be like an 83 and 82 and a fucking 17.
It's an 82 for tomato meter. Pretty close. Audience surprised me on this one. 94.
Good. That's what it should be.
Yep. I totally agree. I was so shocked when I looked this one up. I was like, wow, maybe there is a little bit of hope. IMDb, though, 8.3. So they're about on board with tomato meter here. 82 and 83.
And they think that the fucking 6th one's the worst movie of the 3. On a prestige level, I guess.
On a prestige level, I think so. Yes. For
I
the
still
actual
don't agree with
movie,
that, but
I agree with that. Prestige level wise, me liking the movie, absolutely not. Not even close. I like the movie so much more. I like the 94 here. Maybe like a 92.
that's the thing is like if we're doing our ratings of what I think in like so like Empire Strikes Back's like a 96.
That's what the
I'm feeling 95, 96.
It is a 95, 97.
Which puts me Return of the Jedi at like 92, 91, and I have the other one at like a 90 or 91. Like I feel like that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clear separation, and I personally like the 6th one better than the 4th one because something happens in that movie.
Yeah. Are you ready for some bullshit?
Our producer's laughing. Ready for some bullshit? Oh my god, I'm not ready for this.
The Force Awakens. Tomato meter. 93. Audience.
I mean, it makes sense. It's the same rating as the 4th movie because it's the same fucking movie.
Yeah, it is the same rating.
Sorry for there's going to be a yell warning.
Audience, 84.
That I kind of get.
It dropped from 96 from A New Hope to 84 in The Force Awakens. IMDb, 7.8.
Good.
Yep.
That exactly. Thank you. IMDb has some sense sometimes. Yeah, this is like a high 7s.
Yeah.
I think it's fine, and then we go off the fucking crazy train after this.
Yeah, I agree with the 7.8. It's about right. The Last Jedi. 91.
Did they fucking watch it? I watched it twice in theaters and came out more disappointed.
Audience, 41.
Good. Thank God.
IMDb 6.9. I understand IMDb here.
And that's all visuals.
yes.
Cool. The movie is. What did we rank the other ones? This movie is a 6-6.
69.
Because Order 66 happened in that theater. They killed all of the fans.
Yeah.
There's no way it's over a 6. 6 point something.
You ready for the rise?
No, I'm not. Because, honestly, when I saw this movie... We're going to do story time here. When I saw this movie for the first time in theaters, I got carried away because I thought they were going to fix it.
Yeah.
And then I watched it a second time in theaters and realized that it might be worse than the 8th. And then I watched it again at home and went, wow, these went in order of shit.
I don't know about you, but like, I don't know if you remember this. We went to the store afterwards because we like went as a family to watch The Rise of Skywalker.
Went to the store. Oh,
We were in the van. I was depressed.
But because here's the thing, because it's a better movie than the 8th movie. It is a more disappointing movie than the 8th movie, if that makes sense.
I was depressed after this movie. Hey, you ready for the scores?
No.
Tomato meter 51.
What'd they give the 8th one?
91. Audience 86.
Fucking what? I don't even know if my mic's working anymore.
IMDb 6.4.
Yeah, that's on par.
Yeah.
The 8th and the 9th are the same fucking movie that suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 6 something as well.
Yeah.
And that's just that's so generous because of the sound and lighting.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, like I said, we went out of order, so we don't have the movies after this. We're going to get into some TV shows now.
Oh, fuck.
Starting with the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Oh, God. I'd be pissed.
Tomato meter 82.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah. I'm not mad. Audience 61.
This is where we failed as fans.
IMDb 7 out of 10.
I'm cool with that.
I think
That's
it's
on
fair.
par. I think this show is
I like the 8.
the first, second, fourth, and fifth episode are 5s or 6s. The third and the 6th are like 9s. So we get a combined score of this is a 7 something show, maybe an 8.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's an 8 on our Star Wars scale.
Yeah.
It is a
so, too.
7 prestige.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And it's because it had a $10 budget. I think Ewan McGregor did it for free.
Yeah, I agree. No rebuttal to that at all. All right, next one. Ahsoka.
I'm probably going to be on the other end of this spectrum.
I like the critic scores on this.
That scares me.
85 tomato meter. I like the in-between of the two of them. Audience 64.
Honestly, that's way lower than I thought.
IMDb 7.5.
I think it's a 7.5. I think because quarter of the show doesn't matter.
When I say I like critic reviews, I mean IMDb because usually those are better.
I think they got it we argue on their scale. No, 7.5 is exactly what it should be.
I think potential of this show and where it's going is so high, but the show itself as a singular season, I agree.
I don't know if
with
we
you.
ever talked about it. I know we probably bitched about it a couple times.
You just didn't end the season.
There is no season of it's just episodes that they like. It's like they got canceled. In
There's going to be more episodes just deleting just from season 1. It's just going to continue, which is okay, I guess. But like, I don't know, like it's just goofy that you called it a season.
I'm glad I got you on my side with that.
I don't but I think it's good. But it's goofy.
It's not that it's not good,
but it's goofy. It's goofy.
I wouldn't say goofy.
Goofy's the right word.
They pulled in across the Spider-Verse. We get to a climax and they're like scene, and then we're like 8 years until the next movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't a season. It was episodes that were the length of a season, and then we went in with 10 questions and we came out with 26.
Fucking 75.
So, yeah.
All right, this one really surprised me. The Clone Wars.
Oh God.
Tomato meter 18%. Yes.
What?
18.
The full show, not
It's the movie.
Oh my god, you fucking bastard!
When I looked this up the first time, I looked up the Clone Wars, and it said the series. I clicked on Rotten Tomatoes, and it said 18, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I almost threw this mic.
I almost threw up when I read it. This is the Clone Wars movie.
Okay, cool. I'm so on board already.
18%. Audience has it at a 40.
Cool.
IMDb has it at 8.4.
What the fuck? What? IMDb thinks this is better than everything else in the fucking.
IMDb, I think, rated it together with the Clone Wars because they have.
Dope.
They
Okay,
have,
that makes sense.
They have the same score.
Okay.
Okay, so now with the
so that means it's like a 9.5, and that movie brought it down to an 8.4. Got it.
So they have the Clone Wars also, like the actual show, at an 8.4. Tomato meter.
If they're counting that, I get it.
Tomato meter.
This is for the show.
The Clone Wars itself. 93.
Great. Yes.
Audience. It's actually lower. I was surprised. 91.
We're still in the ballpark.
We are. Yeah, I agree.
Approved.
18.
I think this show, because it's the prestige level, I'm going to put it 1 point behind Empire Strikes Back. I think this is a 96. What did I say? Empire Strikes Back? 97 or 96?
I don't think you said an exact number.
It's a 95.
You've
I
just
like
been saying,
9.5.
You've been picking like the 10s. You've been picking like 9 out of like 9s.
No, I've been giving points.
Kinda.
This is a 9.5. Lightning McQueen, we're great.
But yeah, dude, I read it the first time. I said the Clone Wars, typed it in. It said series, 7 seasons, and it said 18. And I was like, whoa.
I would have broke something.
I literally I was losing my mind. Like
we have a backup camera. That's nice.
Star Wars Rebels.
This is either going to be insanely high or insanely low.
Tomato meter has a higher than the Clone Wars.
What is it?
98.
They can hear me whisper. What?
Yeah.
What's the fan score?
It dropped off. But it's still okay from how we've talked about. I feel like people haven't seen this show. 85.
Okay.
IMDb is a little lower. 8.1.
What did you say that tomato meter was again? 98.
98.
Who works there? Is it Sam Witwer?
Yeah. Probably.
No. What?
I was shocked.
All right, this show is not as good as the Clone Wars, but it's there.
Oh, it's right up there with it.
I think like a 9.1.
Yeah.
The first season's a little slow.
I like tomato meter and audience score. The average of that probably about a 9.1.
I'm kind of feeling that.
I'm like in between both of them, where it's like I think the audience is too low because I feel like not enough people has watched it, but obviously the critic score is a little high. Yeah, I think 9.1.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Most underrated Star Wars show there is. Not even close.
Yeah, and it's not very long. It's a good thing to just click on and watch.
And then like Ahsoka is technically like continuing Rebels, kinda to an extent.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
98 is like, dude, who works there?
I don't know, dude. I was shocked. I wasn't shocked with the audience score.
There's no way it's they hire people to be like, all right, dude, your job is to rank Star Wars stuff. Because there's no way the same person rank these.
Right. Next one. Bad Batch. Tomato meter. 88.
On par. I like that.
Audience, 84.
Okay.
IMDb, 7.8.
I think it's an 8 something.
I think it's an 8 something too. IMDb's a little low.
But you got to give it the 0.5 boost.
Okay, so 9.3.
0.5.
Yeah. Or 8.3, sorry.
So, buddy, you jumped at like 15.
8.3. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say mid-8s. I think it's not as good as Rebels. I probably have it on par with the Ahsoka Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
It's animated, so it gets...
Okay, so next one. Back to the movies. Rogue One.
I'm going to be pissed.
Tomato meter. 84. It's lower than I thought.
tomatoes are looking good.
Audience, 87.
I'm still okay with that. What the fuck did I?
IMDb 7.8.
Really?
Yeah.
See, IMDb's a real one because you had the 0.5 boost. I think, dude, I am so sorry for these fans who think that they watch, who love this movie, because I understand everybody wants to be a movie critic. Not everybody can do our job. I'm sorry, we're terrible at this. I understand that everybody wants everything to be prestige, and I think a lot of people just think they know what prestige is. The story of this movie, it means nothing. Everybody, like, we meet all these characters, you half fall in love with them if you gave a shit, and then they all die. The coolest part, I was falling asleep until the hallway scene.
Visuals were great.
Yeah, so we're 7, 8, 9.
It looked gorgeous. Yeah, I think it looked better than 7, 8, 9.
That's just because a better camera crew shot it.
All right, ready?
And here's the thing. I think we need more things like Rogue One in Star Wars. That's what we just got with the I almost called it Treasure Planet. What is it called? Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew.
I think we need things like that. But don't be like, this is the great... Like, people have that as the best thing in Star Wars.
Well, technically they have Andor, but I mean, same thing.
Okay, yeah, but Andor followed up behind Andor Season 2 that hasn't came out, and then Rogue One.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, like, to me, that you feel like a follower, because that's like the theme of Star Wars right now, is to just, well, we love Rogue One.
Are you ready for Andor?
I guess. This one, you're probably not going to be able to have an opinion about.
I have watched okay. I have watched a third of the show now. I'm going to save what I have to say for a full video that we're just going to talk about it.
So I get an opinion. That's what I like. Go ahead.
Tomato meter, 96.
Okay.
Audience, 87.
Okay.
IMDb, 8.4.
I think this is pretty good. I think prestige-wise, I would probably put it at like an 8, 9, or a 9. And then, like, personally, I'd put it in the mid-8s, high 8s. I think
so far,
it looks stunning. The acting is great.
So far, I'm not going to give it like a Star Wars fan review yet because I haven't finished yet. But so far, with like a critic standpoint, I agree with the 9s.
It's so shot so well.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because where were these guys for these other shows?
Yeah.
Whoever's doing Andor should get a contract to rewrite the shit.
All right, so moving on back to the movies. Solo.
Oh, God.
I actually like these reviews. Tomato meter.
I want it to be like a slot machine. 777.
69.
That's 7.
63. 6.9.
Honestly, that was lower than I thought.
I like it there.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
6, 7.
This was something that did not need to be made
No.
at fucking all.
Yeah.
And then they brought in like these high-profiled actors to do it that were like high-profiled weirdly. Like you have Paul. That's Paul Bettany, isn't it?
I don't know.
Vision's in that. Maybe not. We might be dumb. But Emilia Clarke's in it, I think. I don't think I know who's in this movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson's in it. I know that one.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. I love Woody Harrelson.
I do too.
Unnecessary. I'm pretty sure it's Emilia Clarke, who is Queen of Dragons. I don't think she did anything in the movie. And then I'm pretty sure it's Paul Bettany. Don't take my word for that. Who's Vision in Marvel.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole movie meant nothing, and then they were like, all right, guess what, guys? Darth Maul. End.
Nothing ever again.
And then, yeah, it was so bad that no one cared. And, like, a lot of people love the casting for Lando with Donald Glover. I also just didn't care. I thought that was probably one of the most memorable scenes, though. It's the scene The gambling scene when he wins the Falcon and the scene where he meets Chewbacca were the only two parts of that. This should have been like
The Kessel Run was pretty cool. The Kessel Run was cool.
I hate that. I don't hate the actor because I don't know who he is, and it was just why they should have just CGI'd old Woody. Fucking Jesus, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
they could have face matched it like what they did with Luke, but they just whatever.
All right, so moving on. I'm going to get this one out of the way because I'm just staring at it. I don't want to talk about it the very long. The Acolyte. Tomato meter. 78.
No fucking way.
78. I'm going to tell you the IMDb
I
score.
can't wait for this audience score.
I'm going to tell you the IMDb score before the audience
Okay.
score. 4.2.
Great, fantastic.
Visuals great. Lightsaber.
Nope, I had complaints about that too.
It's okay.
The scene where it's like
Okay, yeah, I
it's
know
the
what you're-
6th episode, and she flings the lightsaber, and it's like at his face. That lightsaber, one, you can look down the plastic tube, and two, it's like this.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh hell no! The only scenes that were good was when it was nighttime.
Yeah,
and it's because you can't see the plastic lightsabers they
The
were
fighting
using.
in the dark when the lightsabers were glowing so much you couldn't see anything else.
I own lightsabers that were better quality than those lightsabers.
Yeah.
It looks like they used them from fucking what's the Star Wars what's the Star Wars at Disney? Yeah, Galaxy's Edge.
That's why we have him.
Yeah. We should just give him a mic off screen so he can like look stuff up for us.
Yeah. So
Galaxy's Edge.
Tomato meter 78, IMDb 4.2.
What the fuck what were the tomato dudes watching?
Not the Acolyte. Audience
Give me that on score of a fucking 5.
19.
Too high.
I think the
Good.
Yeah,
20% of people liked it. Great.
not even. All right, done talking about. Moving on. The Mandalorian.
Ooh, because the third one went like this. So we're gonna see.
This is considering all 3 seasons.
Fuck.
Obviously. Tomato meter 90.
Okay.
Audience 78.
Damn, that third season did work.
I like IMDb score here at 8.6.
Personally, it's a 9
I
for
8.6?
Star Wars rating.
Yeah.
That third season fucked that show.
Yeah.
First 2 seasons, it's prestige level. It's a 9.
Yeah.
Like a 9 flat.
I agree.
That third season blew, dude.
Yeah.
There was 3 episodes in that season that I think might be some of the worst Star Wars ever.
All right. Next one. Gonna piss you off. Book of Boba Fett.
It's not.
Well,
Jordan, I liked the first 3 episodes that are considered the worst other than the fucking bike scene. That bike scene's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
66.
That's way too high.
49 audience. 7.2 IMDb.
Honestly, I agree with IMDb. I think it's a low 7.
I liked it was the first 4 episodes with Boba Fett.
Yeah, and like I know why people didn't like it. Because they don't like they don't care about the Tusken Raider stuff. They don't care about the pikes and the spice. I honestly I fully get why people don't like this show.
Yeah.
But yeah. Why did we do that?
I don't know. All right, next one.
His legend, him being a legend, would have just been better of him dying in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, I'd rather have gotten somebody to play a younger version of him.
Yeah, and they're like, well, we needed him for Mandalorian. No, you could have used anybody.
Yeah.
It could have been just
Cad Bane could have been there.
he was.
Well, right, but I mean, he was in
but
the
no,
book.
like we could have done Bosk. We could have done.
You could have done any bounty hunter.
Yo, Embo would have been fire. Because like Bosk is like too much of a creature.
Yeah.
Like, Embo having like a weird redemption arc, and him coming back and like helping Mando do something would have been cool.
Now you ready?
Nope.
This one's crazy. Tales of the Jedi.
Okay, no. Okay.
So Count Dooku stuff.
I got
and
you.
then Ahsoka stuff.
Okay, I got you.
Tales of the Jedi.
Tomato meter.
Do you want to guess the tomato meter?
No.
I cannot believe that this is a number.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
100.
What?
It has a 100%.
I think my mic's still on. Sorry. What?
100.
Someone loved Count Dooku that works there.
I loved the Count Dooku stuff.
Also, this reminds me, PSA announcement. From this show and into the Ahsoka show, can everybody stop pretending that Ahsoka's their favorite character? I'm sick of it. Why does every single time people, like, a show comes out, that just becomes your favorite character? Like, when Mando Season 1 came out, everybody's favorite character just all of a sudden was Mando. And then Andor came out, everybody's favorite character was Andor. Ahsoka stuff came out. Oh my god, my favorite character's Ahsoka. Stop lying. Sorry, I'm angry today, guys.
100%.
That's wild.
I literally... it didn't say how many reviews there were, though. It was weird.
Yeah, one guy. Go ahead. Audience.
92.
Okay.
IMDb 8.1.
Cool. I think it's an 8 something.
I think it's a high 8.
Here's the problem. Dooku stuff is a 9. Up until the last thing.
Yeah, but even the Ahsoka stuff. Okay.
It's a high 8. I keep thinking about...
you're just that mad about Yaddle.
Well, yes, but no, I keep thinking about Tales of the Empire and how much I hate that, and it's kind of contorting my score. I think it's a high 8.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
100
is insane, dude. I thought Rebels 98 was insane, but at least there's like story development. There's no story development. It's just like this was something that happened in these.
It's just time periods jump so much, but I do love the Ahsoka scenes where Anakin's teaching her, and you get basically the Order 66 scene.
They're trying to fit that into everything possible. How can we make them sad with this scene in different ways?
He taught her how to survive Order 66. If you haven't seen
unknowingly,
yeah. If look it up, Tales of the Empire. It'd be an edit you're gonna look up, not Empire. Tales of the Jedi, Ahsoka training edit, and it'll show her training with the clones, and then she does the backflip
don't
jump.
Spoil it.
And it's Order 66.
Watch that edit.
Watch the edit. Watch the Clone Wars.
Watch Rebels.
Tales of the Empire. 88.
They were smoking something.
46.
Good.
7 out of 10.
Way too high.
This
show was the biggest fucking disappointment. I don't care about Barris. What was the other part about?
Morgan. Was that her name? The Night Sister? It's not Morgan.
What was the show about? Wait, what was the other half about?
When Grievous went and fucking killed all the Night Sisters, and the Night Sister that's the bad guy in Ahsoka. It's Morgan, right? She survived.
Yes.
And then it shows her survive, and then it shows her like teaming up with Thrawn and stuff like that.
Yeah. This show fucking sucked.
All the good shit was in the trailer.
Yes. The trailer? Sorry.
The trailer
was fantastic. The trailer was a 9.8.
Yeah.
The show was a 4.8.
I think it's a little bit higher than that.
Dude,
I think it's a little bit higher than that. It's just disappointing when you watch the trailer, and it was so good, and that
it was
the
so
only good
terrible
parts.
next to Jedi.
Yeah, it can. Yeah,
we're just waiting for Tales of the Sith. It's never gonna happen.
No.
And if they do, it's gonna be Tales of the Sith. Ready? Darth Maul, Vader. That's what everything's about.
Yeah. So the last one I have, the Skeleton Crew. Tomato meter. 92.
Okay, that's insane.
Fan. 80.
That sounds more right.
IMDb 7.1.
That's a little low.
Yeah.
I think it's a high 7, low 8. I don't remember what we gave it. But
We gave it an 8 flat.
Yeah,
We gave it an 8 flat.
We have continuity in this office.
Yeah. Because we were giving it around an 8.2, and then I think one episode happened and we lowered it a lot, and then it kind of picked up a little bit again, and we just leveled it out at 8.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was a really bad episode in the middle. Not a really bad, but like a bad episode in the middle.
Yeah.
It was when that girl was doing like backflips. Holy shit. So anything that stuck out? Obviously, Tale of the Jedi being 100, and Rebels being a 98.
Rebels being a 98 was crazy.
You fucking got me with the Clone Wars one.
Dude, I literally looked it up.
Said, I got me.
I got me because I looked it up and it said 7 seasons, and I'm looking at it. It said, what was it, 19% or 18%?
Dude, that part, they legit had to have watched the first season and went, "This is for kids. Fuck this."
I saw that when I looked it up and I was like, "What the hell?" But, and then I think like, The Last Jedi, the numbers were super inflated.
Dude, for some reason, people hold on to that movie.
Because it was different.
Different doesn't mean good.
Yeah, it didn't mean good.
The entire big fight scene was the one of the two main characters fighting a force projection, and we went, "Wow." I'm not gonna lie, when he like disappeared and it went back to him meditating, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then he falls and dies and then disappears, and I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me."
Yeah.
When did we decide that using the Force too much means that you die?
Yeah, he OD'd on the Force.
The Grandmaster, the Last Jedi living, can't handle. We need to get out here before I start yelling.
I was pleasantly surprised with about half of them and disappointed with the other half.
I also, like, just thinking about it, IMDb thinks that Star Wars on a regular level is just an 8.
Probably.
Like, everything's between an 8 and a 7.
It's probably a high 7 for IMDb. I mean, we could, if I would have been more prepared, we could have done the math and seen the averages for everything as a whole.
Yeah, but the problem is a couple of them just completely knock it down, and it's unfair.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you put the Acolytes numbers in there, it's like, fuck. Yeah, I mean, I think the IMDb numbers are better, though, overall.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I said that when we came into this.
Right.
Like, no one gives a fuck about what...
So, I mean, I think doing like a percentage for Rotten Tomatoes would just suck. But I think
that was more for comedic
IMDb
value.
Could be okay. I'm curious to see what their out of 10 is.
That's the thing with IMDb.
We'll do the math. We'll have our producer just put the number up there for what it is out of 10 for IMDb as a whole.
So that's the thing with IMDb is like I feel like everything has to be prestigious. So like legitimately like the 0.5 rule is a rule I'd legit do with IMDb.
Right.
Because it's like whatever they say, I think it's like 0.5 points higher, and that's what it is. It's almost to a T. Yeah. It always works out that way. So,
all right.
Yeah. So another week of us yelling. Yeah. So you got anything else?
Nope.
Just a PSA to watch your shows.
Except for the Acolyte.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm just gonna throw this in here. So our buddy that we've never spoken to, Star Wars Theory, has his website, Theory Sabers. Did you see the new lightsaber he came out with?
I didn't.
Okay. So I think I got shit for this when we did the lightsaber bracket for Ahsoka's katana lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
They just came out with the katana sabers, and he fixed them. Number one, they are more detailed, and they have like a bendier curve to them. Fire. Her secondary saber is also a shorter saber. It's not just like buy two of the same ones. He fucking killed it. It's $700 for the base one. So he didn't kill the price. But I just wanted to say that he fucking killed making those sabers. So yeah.
All right, I guess that was our shout out of the day.
Shout out of the day. Please contact us.
Shout out us. That'd be
and
great.
Please make a Count Dooku lightsaber. Jesus. Please. I don't want the Tales of the Jedi one. I want his. I want Darth Tyrannus. Sorry. Yeah, anything else?
This has been My Trick Media, guys. Thank you.